Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Luann from Blackberryrock Homestead, and here is another chili recipe. But I am not going to introduce the chili recipe. Um, Many of you know I do have a sister called Anna Mae. Well, I told her what I was going to make, the chili recipe I was going to make. And of course, you know what she wanted to do? She wanted to introduce the chili recipe, so here she is. Y'all, I'm so excited! So excited, y'all! My sister, Luann, from Blackberryrock Homestead, who's this channel I'm on. Y'all, I got my cordless phone. Hopefully nobody called me. But I asked her, I said, pretty, please, can I introduce this chili recipe? She hopped and hollered, and she let me introduce it, y'all. She's gonna let me introduce it. I got my little hanky, like the show. Back in the 70s and 80s, there was this show called Alice, which was about a bunch of group of ladies, and they had a male that was in the back, male in the back that cooked stuff. Well, got my hanky like that TV show with all those waitresses and all that stuff. Well, so I'm going to introduce you this chili recipe, y'all. The name of the chili recipe is Male's Chili from the TV show Alice. And there was a character that always said, there was a phrase she always said. So I thought I'd do my phrase and then go ahead and let Luann make the Male's Chili, because I'm not allowed to use a stove. So here it goes. So I hope y'all enjoy this recipe. So be staying forward to the my phrase that came from that TV show. I am truly sorry about that. My sister, she bugged me, knowing that I'm going to make Male's Chili, the male from the TV show Alice. Anyway, the first thing we need to do is brown 2 pounds of hamburger. Hopefully, and I'm going to tweak this recipe a tad. Not a whole bunch, but a tad. I might have to get me a bigger pan, y'all. Anyway, we need to brown 2 pounds of chili, and I didn't put no oil in the bottom of my pan. So, like I said, I'm truly sorry about Anna Mae. And she did pose a question to you all, which she will let you know what the answer to the question is. What was the famous saying from the TV show Alice? Does anybody know? Well, I'm going to get this hamburger meat browned, and then we will add the other ingredient. So we got our hamburger meat brown, so we need to add 1 chopped onion and saute it until it is soft before we add our other ingredients. So now our onions are somewhat soft. Now I need to add 2 6-ounce cans of tomato paste, 1 clove of garlic that has been crushed, and 6 of these cans of tomato paste of water. So here's where I'm going to tweak it. It says after you add your tomato paste, your water, your garlic, of course your salt and pepper, it says to let that simmer for 2 hours. before you add the next ingredient. I'm going to add probably almost the biggest part of it because we need a 30-ounce can of chili beans, which I don't have, but I do have, but we don't add that until after the 2 hours of simmering. I am going to add a jar of my chipotle chili beans, which is 16 ounces right now, and a jar of my black beans, because hubby likes black beans. And I'm going to let this simmer for 2 hours before I add another can of chili beans, and this is 14 ounces. So I may have over 30 ounces, and before I add my chili seasoning. But that's just how I'm going to make Mel's chili. It's not exactly like it. I just had to tweak it a little bit. Because it doesn't add the chili seasoning until the last 15 minutes. So now we gotta let this simmer for 2 hours, until it starts getting thick. So I am going, of course, I need to mix in that tomato paste a little bit better. And so that is what we need to do. We need to let this simmer for 2 hours. And then we will add our other can, our actual store-bought canned chili. And we will add our chili seasoning, which the chili seasoning is something different. As you remember last month, I made a copycat of Lawry's chili seasoning, which this recipe does call for it. Well, hubby told one of his co-workers, and they ordered some Lawry's chili seasoning off Amazon. We don't usually order off Amazon, and when we do, we do get a Amazon gift card. So I'm going to let this simmer for 2 hours, and then I'll be back when I put the other ingredients in here. So I see you in a few. So what was the famous phrase from Alice the TV show? Does anybody know what that famous phrase from that TV show Alice was? It was, kiss my grits, kiss my grits, kiss my grits. So on back to the recipe, y'all. So, according to the recipe, it says you could serve it like it is, which that is what I'm doing, or you can use as a topping for spaghetti, but it says to serve with some cheese. So, there is my cheese. So, now it's time for me to dig in. So, I want to kind of taste this. So, how does Mel's chili taste? Let's see. Oh, that is so good. So good. So, like I said, as always, I will leave the recipe down below. So, I really hope you enjoy anime on this video, and I hope you enjoyed Chili Fest. So, see y'all later, and have a very blessed day.